Okay, so we are making chocolate chip banana zucchini bread today, so it's a quick bread, so it will be dense, but we have a ton of zucchini, like a lot of zucchini. Anyway, oh hello there, Bennett. Anyway, what you need is 4 room temperature eggs. It's in water because that's how I was kind of warming them up because they were in the fridge. You need 2 bananas, which should come out to be a cup mashed, apparently. And then some salt, canola oil, but I'm using vegetable oil because I don't have canola oil. Sugar. Flour. Baking powder, cinnamon, baking soda. I just flipped these. Baking soda, baking powder. And it called for pecans, but allergies, so chocolate chips. And then obviously zucchini. So I'm gonna go shred the zucchini. So I've now completely grated the zucchini and mashed the bananas. So we're going to preheat now to 350. We're gonna start with the dry ingredients, which are gonna be the flour, the baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, and salt. 3 cups of flour, 2, 3. Now we are going to need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, so I'm just going to use the half teaspoon, 1, just to make things a bit easier, 2, 3. And then we're going to do the same with the baking. 1, 2, 3. Next we're going to be doing the cinnamon, so we're going to do the exact same thing with the half teaspoon because there's 1.5 teaspoons. And yes, I will be wiping it out before I do. Usually for the cinnamon I would use Penzies, but the lid on the Penzies thing kind of sucks for measuring it out. So we're just going to do that was 1, 2. That's the only reason I bought this, because we have a bunch of cinnamon otherwise, because I like to bake. And 3. And a lot of baking asks for cinnamon. Case in point, so this is the cinnamon, that's how full it is. So I'm pretty sure we have more in a cupboard, but it's gonna wait a bit. And that's basically how I've been measuring it when I used this. So probably not the best idea. For the salt, we're just gonna use table salt because otherwise it's a nightmare because then I would have to sift and everything. So we're gonna, oven's preheated. Okay, that's too tedious, hold on. I will be using a spatula to mix because when I have to mix the wet and the dry together, it's gonna be a nightmare with a whisk. So I'm just gonna use a spatula now so I can fold it together easier later. It's now time for the wet ingredients, which are going to be, hold on, 4 eggs, 2 bananas, which should be a cup, 2 cups of sugar, and 1 cup of oil. So here we go with the eggs. So there are 4 of them, so I can't do this one-handed, not enough training for it. I'm gonna try not to get any of the shell in, because that would really ruin my day. And these eggs don't crack very well, or kind of, but I struggle with cracking them sometimes because they don't crack evenly, which really sucks, but somehow managed to not get any shell in that, so I'm gonna go wash my hands. Now it's time to make sure this is a cup, because it kind of looks like more than a cup. So it's half a cup, this is a cup, so I'm gonna go wipe this out so I can measure the banana a little bit. So we'll see. Okay, it's about a cup, so that works. I'll just dump it all in. Scoop it out completely. Perfect. Should be good with that. And now, time for the sugar. So I'm going to have to actually clean that out again. I'm going to Michigan this weekend, so maybe I'll be able to bring this stuff with. So here's my sugar. and we're going to measure 2 cups of sugar, because a lot of recipes it's either a 1 to 2 ratio for flour sugar or a 2 to 3 ratio, and I'm finding that in a lot of like bread recipes it's like a 2 to 3 versus a 1 to 2. So yeah, oh, I better not run out of sugar, that would really suck. Here's cup 1. I'm not gonna risk it, I'm just gonna kind of put this in just to kind of make sure I don't run out. Let's just hope it works. Oh, there goes the dog again. That should be good for now. And here's the second cup. It's a little chunky, unfortunately, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Finally, we're going to do a cup of oil. Just a little bit left over. That'll be good for like popcorn or something. We're gonna put this back and add the oil into the mixture. Okay. We're going to mix again with my trusty spatula that I will be using to help fold the wet into the dry later, once I get this mixed up. And so this is what it looks kind of gross because of the bananas in it. So, and people are probably wondering why I don't have the zucchini or the chocolate chips in this, because zucchini could be considered a wet ingredient, but it will be added into that once we add this, just to kind of, no idea why, but it's going to be quite a lumpy banana bread, it looks. Now we are going to add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Just going to quickly scrape it, just get everything out. Just because I'm like that for some reason. Try to get everything done thoroughly. Done, so that can go there, and then you just fold the dry into the wet. It looks really gross, but I'm making a quick bread, so the dough should be a little thick when I'm done, but it'll loosen once I add the zucchini. Here it is all mixed together. It looks kind of like chunky peanut butter. Now we are going to measure this out and make sure it is 1.5 cups of zucchini, and then we'll add a cup of chocolate chips. This is what I worried about. I thought I would have more zucchini. I need to go shred another zucchini piece up because I still have to fill that as well. Now I'm adding my zucchini. And then we'll add the chocolate. It calls for a cup of chocolate chips. I'm not going to worry about rinsing out the zucchini measuring cup. I'm not going to be super exact with the chocolate chips either, because they're smaller than pecans. And that's what the recipe had originally called for, was pecans, but allergies! Now we're going to mix together the everything else. It kind of looks like mint chip ice cream with the zucchini in it. See? Kind of looks really cool. It's all mixed together, so then we are going to go grease these mini loaf pans, because I don't have big loaves anymore. I can do 4 for sure, don't know about 5, so I'm gonna grease these 4 and then maybe this 5th one. I guess I'm running out of my no cook spray. I am just gonna spray that one too though. We'll see if that works. We're gonna transfer these onto another pan just so in case anything drips we don't blow up the house. And it's done. Doesn't this look yummy?